Hello, you guys. Today I'm going to take you to the grocery store with me. I'm going to make a homemade lasagna. And I'm going to show you all the ingredients to buy to make the homemade lasagna. So we're at the grocery store now, and I chose a grocery store that's local, and we're going in right now to get the ingredients. Come with me. That's all, mascot. We're going in. We're in the grocery store, and the first thing we need is lasagna noodles. So let's see which one. Let's see. Why don't I see? I see spaghetti noodles, rotini, rota. Oh, there it is. So 2 lasagna. Uh-oh. I'm sorry to shake y'all up like this. Let's figure this out. I like this market because they be jamming. Don't you wanna, don't you wanna. So we got the lasagna noodles. Now the next thing we gotta get is the, and I'm doing all this by ear. I didn't write anything down as usual. So the next thing we need is spaghetti sauce. And I have some at the house already, but I just want to get one big jar. So we gotta go right back down here. And the spaghetti sauce that I like to get is the mushroom. So I guess here it is right here. The mushroom. See here. I'm gonna get 2. Then we gotta get the ground beef. Let's go get the ground beef. Don't you want no chance? Yeah, yeah. So the ground beef that they have is a 73% lean and 27% fat. I guess, and this one is for $16.95. I can't even turn this thing around so y'all can see. So this ground beef is like $16.95, and it's 73% lean and 27% fat. And this is the ground turkey, so I'm trying to figure out, because my son's father is a Muslim, and he's coming to eat dinner too, so for my son's birthday tomorrow, and I'm making this lasagna, and so I gotta choose between the ground turkey or the ground beef, and I think that I am going to get ground beef. Every time I cook big, so there you have it. This one is 80% lean and 20% fat. So I guess I'll get about 20% fat, yeah. So I guess I'll get Should I probably would be better off getting that big one, but I don't need all that meat. Let's see. 8% lean, 20% fat. Let's see here. Then they don't have too much of a variety here. Not too much of a variety. So I'm just going to get 3 of these. 3 of these. Little ground beefs here. Then I have my lasagna noodle. I need ricotta cheese. Let's go find the ricotta. Now I have eggs at home, but I think that I'm going to get another dozen eggs. And what I do, and these eggs are, I think $1.89. Make sure that see, there's a cracked egg, so you always check, see if you have any cracks in the eggs. Look them up. And this one looks about good. So I'll take a dozen eggs, and then I need ricotta cheese. It took me a while to find the ricotta cheese, but I finally found it. It's right here. It's for $2.09. So I'll just get 2 of these. I always cook big for some reason. I'll get 2 ricotta cheeses. I went back and I looked for the no-bake lasagna noodles, but they didn't have any. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this. I don't know if I should boil it or not. I don't know. I want to be on the safe side, so I'll do a little boiling. I'll do a little, and then do the noodle like that. But I didn't see any the no bake. And I'm sure not going to another grocery store. So everything that we have here is what we're going to need so far. We have our lasagna noodles. We have our mushroom sauce. We have our ground beef and ricotta cheese. And we have our, I put some of that cheese back because I looked at what was in the bags. Make sure you always read what's in the bags. See, in this bag, it has Monterey Jack, quesadilla cheese, and I think one of them already had, these bags have the cheese that I need in them, mixed up in them. So, like one of them cheeses, I forgot which one I put back, but this one says that it has provolone, parmesan, romano, and asiago. I think it was the mozzarella, but mozzarella is in here too. So I put those other cheeses back. Make sure you get your eggs, because your eggs you're gonna have to use them in your ricotta cheese. Now we have to have something. We have to have some type of vegetable to go with this lasagna and the garlic bread. So I was thinking some green beans. So instead of doing canned, I'm going to do the frozen green beans that's in the bag. Because I could do fresh too, but I ain't got time for all that. Nobody has time for all that. Not right now. I do a lot. So I'm going to get the cut green beans. I'm going to get 3 bags. 3 bags of these green beans. And that's going to be what we use as our roughage. So we have our garlic toast, the green beans, and we have our lasagna noodles. We have our ground beef, eggs, ricotta cheese, Italian style cheese, Mexican style cheese. And I think that's about it. This is the variety of the lasagna pan, excuse me. Let me see. The pans, I don't know. Let's see. We had roasters here. They had a giant lasagna pan here, but it's gone. It's gone, so I don't know. I don't know what to do. But the pan that I have at home is very long. So I think I'll try something smaller. Should I do a deep dish? No, I don't know. I don't think I should do deep dish. Alright. See, the one I have at home is like this one. It's a little bit bigger than this, and I don't want to make a lasagna that big. So I'm just gonna get this one. Let me see. I think I'm gonna try this one. It's a rectangular shape. I'm gonna get this one and try this one and compare when I get to the house. Now, you guys, I believe that I have all the groceries and everything that we need for the lasagna. So what I need to do now is go and check out. And once I check out, when I get back to the house, I'm going to lay everything out for you to know how to top it and put it together. I'm back at the house now from the supermarket. What you would need to make this lasagna is the ground beef, and I got 3 packs of this, the ricotta cheese. You would need some Italian seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, basil, parsley, Parmesan cheese, black pepper, mushroom sauce, the pasta sauce, eggs, 4 eggs, 2 eggs for each ricotta cheese that you use. If you're going to make a big dish, which requires 2 containers of ricotta cheese, then you must put 2 eggs in the ricotta cheese and mix it up with the pepper. What I like to do, and I am not trying to promote her business or anything, but Keisha's Kitchen Collection, the all-purpose, I use that. You see how far down it is. And the meat is almost gone. I gotta reorder. Keisha's Kitchen Collections. Keisha from Keisha's Kitchen. You might be familiar with her. She's from the Bill Cosby Show, The Cosby Show, when she was a little girl. Everybody knows Keisha. Keisha Knight Pulliam. So I went to the store, a different store from the one that I went to. Remember this lasagna, the lasagna noodle? Okay, and I was telling you about the no-bake lasagna. This is the no-bake lasagna. And this is what I'll be using tonight, instead of this one, because I ain't got time for all the boiling. So we have the no boil lasagna instead of the regular lasagna that you have to boil. So let's get started. I made a mess. This is the Keisha's Kitchen all-purpose. I just dump it all in until I feel like it's enough. This is Takesha's meat. Adding basil to my discrepancy. Pepper. Parsley flakes. This is the Italian. This is a new onion powder. I had to open up the seal. Take the seal. Onion powder. And garlic powder. My favorite. The endless garlic powder. Put as much as you want of the onion and the garlic. And just stir it all up. It's a wonderful aroma. Wonderful aroma. Smells so good. Just break up the meat. Everything is just about brown. Then the next thing we're going to do is add the sauce after we drain it. We have to drain the grease off, and then we're going to add the sauce. Now I've drained the grease, and what we can start doing now is adding the mushroom sauce. And I like my sauce real saucy, so I'm going to add all that. I'm going to add 2. I got this thing with garlic powder and onion powder, and they're actually healthy for you. I take garlic every day with my medicines. I had 2 strokes. But garlic powder and onion powder are my best friend. So what I'm going to do on top of this sauce is add a little bit of garlic powder again. Just a little bit. And a little bit of onion powder. And I'm going to add a little bit of Italian seasoning. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't show you my seasonings. Onion powder. Garlic powder. Italian seasoning. Italian seasoning is good for you too. Then I'm going to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Just a little bit. We're going to stir and let everything mix up well. It's messy down up in my grates, but I forgot to tell you that my secret is adding a little bit of sugar as well. So this is my sugar dish. And I add a little bit of sugar to my lasagna. And make sure you mix up everything well. So we're going to let that simmer for a while. This is the ricotta cheese. I use one. This is one container. I'm going to add some pepper in it. A little bit of pepper. Well, I like lots of pepper. I like flavor. And 2 eggs. 1. This is what you can be doing while the filling is simmering over there on the stove. Add 2 eggs and the ricotta cheese and stir. If you got a egg beater, use that. But I'm good at using my hands. So I'll just beat it up with my hands. I only use 1 container of the ricotta cheese. The other one's right here. And I will mix the other ricotta cheese if I need more. Once I start building my lasagna. So what we're going to do is to stir everything. The pepper, the ricotta cheese, and the eggs. Stir it up really well. And like I said before, we're not going to use the regular lasagna. Lasagna. We're going to use the no-boil lasagna. Because the no-boil, you can just layer it when you build your lasagna. So we can put this one away, and we got 2 of these. And it's very plentiful in this pack of no-boil lasagna. Next, we're going to start layering. I done got the sauce off the stove. I done mixed up the ricotta cheese with the egg. I have the no-boil lasagna. I have my Parmesan cheese and my Italian seasoning. So what we're going to do now is start building. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to put a layer. Now this is, let me tell you this. This sharp cheddar I already had in the refrigerator. And I said I'm going to use some of this too for the lasagna. Even though I got the Mexican style fork cheese and the Italian style. I'm going to use a little bit of this sharp cheddar as well. So what we're going to do is start layering. First, you got to start opening the boxes. Okay, so we got the no-boil lasagna. Take and open this box up, and we're going to I need my I should have been using my kitchen shears, but I had opened it up vigorously, and I shouldn't have did that, but I did. Because when you open it up like that, sometimes you'll break the content. So what we're going to do first is we're going to start building. How we're building is we're going to put a layer of the sauce. This probably this sauce mixture will probably give me 2 layers. We're going to layer the sauce. And because this ground beef is greasy like, you don't have to worry about putting no canola oil or spraying the bottom of the pan with vegetable oil or any kind of oil, because the ground beef has grease of its own. And it's not going to stick. Not unless you keep it in the oven too long. Okay, you got your first layer of your sauce. Then you're going to put a layer of your ricotta cheese. Just like so. And then you mix it all up like this. Just give it a swoop. Like this. So it'll all be mixed up into your layer. And you can see the white all over the top layer of your meat. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put a little sharp cheese on there. And I like my lasagna cheesy. So put some sharp cheddar. Then we're going to put some Italian style. Just sprinkle it all over there like that. Then you're going to do your Mexican style fork cheese. And yes, a clean cook is a good cook. And I did wash my hands. I do wash my hands profusely. That's why they are broken and cracked up like they are. I keep my hands in water. Okay, then you're going to put your layer of lasagna noodle. After you put all your cheeses in your ricotta, you put your layers of no bake. And you can do 6 on the first, like so. And then once you got that 6 down, you add some more your filling, topping, filling, whatever you want to call it. I might have enough room for, I might have enough for three layers. We'll see. I think it's just 2 though, because I think I'll just do 2. Just make this one this layer a little thicker than the first one. That's what I do. Just pour it all in there after I do the first one. Excuse the mess. I'm really messy right here now. You gotta excuse my daughter. She is just like all over the place and eating everything that falls like a cat. So you just put all of this down and spread it around in your pan. Spread it all really good until you can see no more of the noodle. Then what you're going to do, you're going to put another layer of the ricotta cheese. I thought that I would need 2, but I don't. I just needed 1. Thank God. And I can make another one later. Or I can use the ricotta cheese for another dish that calls for ricotta cheese. So what we're going to do is just spread this like so. It don't take much. But ricotta cheese does bring out, that's the lasagna right there to me. The ricotta cheese. Because I feel like if you don't taste the ricotta cheese, because it just gives you this texture by tasting the ricotta cheese in any lasagna. Just make sure that the ricotta cheese goes first. But the shredded cheeses can go on any way you like. So now I'm doing Italian. And then I'm going to do a little bit of Mexican. So this is the last. I'm tired. But this is the last of the compilation of the lasagna. Homemade lasagna. I just took it out of the oven. 375 degrees. I did some extra minutes. It was supposed to be for 45 minutes, and I said 9:30. 45 minutes would have been 9:15, but 9:30 we finished. And I'm going to take the aluminum foil off, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. But before I do that, I need to let y'all see that the hand washing is going on. So now, what we're going to do, I'm tired, y'all. I'm just tired. I've been doing this all day. There's some real stuff here. It's real work. Cooking is real work. It's real work. But this is the final product of our homemade lasagna. And I'm going to take off the lid. This is what it looks like. Everything is done. Yay! And my son is going to taste a little bit. You see how the noodle, the no boil noodle came out? Oh my goodness, this is great. It's just wonderful. Oh my God. And look, it's so cheesy. It's so cheesy. So what I'm going to do is let my son taste this and tell me what it tastes like. He's going in for a taste tester. It's really hot. And he's about to taste it. He got to blow it off. Blow it off first. Blow it off. Because you're going to burn the roof of your mouth. It's cheesy too. He shook his head, yes. And it is what it is. Thank you, Stevie. He's going in for a second bite. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. He likes it. Look. Mikey likes it. He'll eat anything. Mikey likes it. Yay. So, guys, this is your homemade lasagna. Took me all day to do. But guess what? It's done. And it's going to be good and pleasing for my son. My oldest son, he's coming over tomorrow to test try it out. So, this is your homemade lasagna. I'm really tired. And thank you all for watching. And good night, you guys. I'm tired. Good night.